What's going on, fellas? It's me again. Um, Today I got my little video for y'all. Still not sure what I'm gonna title this, but it's something that I've noticed with all my you know, time in life and just time on the internet as well, and being a young man in the dating market today. So here are my thoughts on why everyone is lonely now and why men don't approach. So, um, been watching a couple of videos about how women were like, "Oh, when men don't approach me anymore," yada yada yada, and stuff like that. And I put a couple of points together that I feel like will kind of get to the bottom of the problem. So let's get into it. I feel like nowadays the American dream is a scam. Honestly, like it's one of the biggest scams ever. They say that if and well, I'll put it like this: the American dream itself, when it's pro-human, what I mean like by that is like the you allow the man to lead and you allow the woman to be the supportive wife, and you know what I'm saying, and if she wants to work she can work or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and whenever she falls pregnant then she take like you accommodate her femininity. And in the America we live in now, like it's not like that anymore. It's not like it's pushing everybody to just be overtly masculine. It's pushing women to be super duper overtly masculine and teaching her how to be a boss babe or a girl boss or whatever, right? Strong, independent woman. And it's teaching men that their masculinity is just somehow toxic. And I never really got that phrase toxic masculinity because I truly feel that masculinity isn't toxic. True masculinity isn't toxic. And if something is toxic, then it's not true masculinity. It's just him not being aware of how wrong he is. You know what I'm saying? And it gets mistaken for masculinity because that's how a lot of men are being portrayed. They're being portrayed as these just big, just evil guys who only want women for sex and who don't have emotions. Like just these big, scary individuals. You know what I'm saying? All to strength of him just being a man. You know, and with what they promote now is like you gotta climb the corporate ladder. The higher you climb the ladder, the happier you'll be, which is not the case because there's a lot of women, men too, who are like, yo, well, especially the women, because they they're doing all this stuff in order to compete with men. And that's the thing, like I don't get why so many women nowadays see men as competition. That was never supposed to be the way we were supposed to live. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I can't blame them because that's the American dream that they're selling now. They're saying, "Oh, you can do everything a man can." Like, respectfully, there's certain things that men can do that you can't, and vice versa. There's stuff that you can do that we can't. You know what I'm saying? So we once we really get to the bottom of that and accommodate each other's masculine and feminine like biology, that's when we can really get back to like what we once were. You know what I'm saying? And like really live that American dream, white picket fence and all the other stuff, the couple kids and shit like that. Which actually, I saw a video. I forgot the girl's name, but it's Sade, Sade, I believe. Um, she was talking about like the origins of Labor Day or whatever. I'm getting kind of off topic, but wrap it up real quick. And how like that time, for one, it really didn't last that long. It was only about like 20 years or something like that. And it was really, only for damn near only white people, because you know how brothers and sisters was back in them days, what we was doing. So, you know what I'm saying? So it was just like, it was kind of like a bubble that was made by, like, I forgot who was in office at that time, but the reason why that was the case was because he was pro-human. And I feel like with politics nowadays, nobody's pro-human anymore. Everybody's just pro-corporation, the left and the right. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but all that to say, the dream that they sold you, that the higher you climb up the corporate ladder, the more money you made, the faster cars you get, and stuff like that, the happier you'll be. Like, it's not the case, man. We need to like push marriage. We need to push, like, you know what I'm saying. And every time they talk about marriage in the media, they're saying like, oh, reasons why men shouldn't get married, or oh, marriage is a scam, and oh, divorce rates are through the roof. Trying to just like fearmonger you into not settling down with that person and never truly being happy. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all tied in. So yeah. Um, and everybody wants Chad or slash having unrealistic standards. And this is one thing, especially for the ladies, though. A lot of these women, they want a guy who's just like the ideal guy across the board. He's tall, handsome, in shape, rich, big D, all that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, if every woman is chasing that one particular guy, and that one particular guy can only do so much with one woman at a time, that means a lot of women are not going to be satisfied. You know what I'm saying? So, and eventually, when he does settle down, if he settles down, hopefully, but he's only gonna have to pick one. He can't pick all of y'all. You know what I'm saying? And chances are he's not gonna pick you. You know, and I feel like once women really like understand that and understand that, that's when it'll click. You know, so and I'm not saying like, and besides that, that guy you're chasing, he might not. He could be an asshole. He could treat you like shit. He could like, be just a really bad guy. But like a lot of women nowadays are so worried about the external instead of the internal. Men too. Men too. They worried about, oh, I gotta find a girl with the biggest booty. I gotta make sure she like you know what I'm saying? And a lot of times they be hooking up with witches, and they be hooking up with these women that ain't good for them. That just drain them of their energy, their money, their resources, their time, all of that, yo. So I feel like once we really have more realistic data standards across the board, instead of just everybody trying to just run to the most attractive or most good looking person, and we really just start looking at people for who they truly are more instead of what they appear to be on the outside, that's one way we can really like come together more. And the third reason, men don't want to be seen as creeps. That's pretty self-explanatory. A lot of women, a lot of times on these social media apps, TikTok, Instagram, all this other stuff, they try to expose these men for just saying hi to them or just casually glancing at them after they're done with a set at the gym. I'm sorry, I keep moving the camera. These mosquitoes all over me, but yeah, they're like they're exposing men for just being men. And don't get me wrong, there are some weirdos out there that will try to like hurt you or something like that. But I feel like for the most part, the men that are trying to like just converse with you, like maybe try to get your number or whatever, get to know you better, I feel like they're really good men. And they have nowadays in the UK decoys, like decoy female officers who like just jog around and stuff like that, trying to like bait men to catcall them. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that's just a horrible message to spread. Like society is just like trying to emasculate the men and try to teach the women to be more masculine. Don't you beat that? Like, that's backwards. That's very backwards, man. It's not how it's supposed to be at all. And a lot of times, if you say that, a lot of people don't register with that. And that's the most fucked up part about it all because it forces people to walk on eggshells instead of saying what they truly feel. You know what I'm saying? And it's a shame, bro. But yeah. Men just don't want to be seen as creeps. They don't want to be on somebody's exploit.